Hey, MJ.
MJ,
Hey,
don't
Doxy.
go. Hey, Sway,
Hey, StreamYard, you
don't go.
sexy thing.
Yes, StreamYard, whatever.
Hey,
MJ, are you still
MJ.
here? Did you go?
MJ left us. She was mad because I didn't share my pizza. Sorry, MJ.
Did you? Did you have pizza for tea?
I'm eating it right now.
Oh, what flavor?
Mmm, stuffed crust, pineapple with
Oh, here she
Canadian
is.
bacon.
She was tricking.
Yeah.
Hey, MJ. I was
Oh
like,
no,
no, no,
MJ, you're French, right?
no. You're from France. Are you
Yeah,
from
French.
France, MJ?
Hi, fuck you.
Ah, far. Hey, far.
Oui, oui. I knew she was. I knew she was French.
What? You French, MJ?
Oui, oui.
That does not mean she's French because she says wee wee.
Oui,
You talk.
oui.
Yes, yes.
She is French though.
I did not know that.
Or maybe she said she got French. Ah, hell, I don't remember. No, she is
She
French.
got a
She was born
French
in
dick.
France. She was
Oh,
born in France. I know that.
oh, I didn't know. I did not know this.
Oui, oui, Frenchy.
Wee wee.
Bent the oui, oui, Frenchy. Oh, I can put Billy into that. Slick Willie.
Building.
Wee wee, Stick Willie.
Oh no, here we go. Far. How are you? How's your week been? Good?
Change the subject.
Yeah. I got Americanized. I am
Mhm.
100% French with a green card. Oh, MJ. How old were you when you came over here? Do you still have an accent? That's interesting. I never knew that. So we have someone from the Netherlands, someone from France, someone from Australia, someone from New Zealand.
And then
Who else?
3 Americans.
And then a couple of Americans. We're a melting pot over here.
Well, do I count since I'm from Tibet?
Oh yeah, Himalayas.
The Himalayans.
Himalayan.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know.
I saw the sexiest freaking monk. And I was
Oh
sitting there
my
thinking,
god.
oh my God, if I really was living with the monks, I'd be dead. If that guy was walking around, oh damn. I'd have to go live with the
Oh,
mules.
oh, far.
Oh damn.
But no, you just have to say, "Oh, I've been good. Yeah, I'm good. Life's been good." Oh,
MJ.
oh, poor thing. My life's pretty meh.
I ain't
Um,
looking for no damn husband, but holy crap, that monk was sexy.
no accent. You would never know. My mother has a heavy accent. Oh, that's cool though. It means you can go back to France anytime. Life's a breeze. Yeah, far.
But which is better? Which do you think's better, MJ? France or America? Hi, Wilma.
Wilma.
The
Hey.
Netherlands. Woohoo!
Netherlands represent. Wilma.
Oh, I hope you guys all show up or come in on Tuesday night for um the election results. Woohoo!
Oh yeah, I see you've got that book. Oh yeah, I'll be interested in that.
They said that it's record number of early voting turnouts. I see most Republicans wait till day of election to
Yeah,
vote. A lot of them's been
yeah.
going early. I'm going early on Monday.
I think because they're possibly scared that things might be tampered with on the day.
Well, my
I don't
reasoning
know.
for going on Monday is because it takes at least a day and a half to get down on donkey to the voting polls in Tibet.
Yeah. You got to take your mule,
Mm-hmm.
crank it
Yeah.
up,
Now that the
get
Sherpas
him down
won't
to
be
the
around
voting
me,
office. Yeah, you're gonna have to whip that mule into shape. I will
kind of
not be here
backfired on
Tuesday.
me.
No, and no. Okay, Meme J won't be here. Yeah, I'd be interested to see Topher. Donkey for fuck's sake.
MJ, you have to be here Tuesday. We got to see who wins. Donkeys for fuck's sake.
Maybe she's
Those Sherpas won't come
maybe
in
she's
anywhere near arm's length of me anymore.
you're gonna vote MJ. Come on. I want to see Trump roll in a garbage truck and be like, "I'm your next president."
Oh yeah, that'd be funny.
No,
No, and
and
no
no
means
means no.
no.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm guessing no.
I'm pretty sure she said yes. Oh, she got a
Counting
green
the
card.
days,
She can't
Wilma.
vote.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see you guys get, Ratty.
Daddy.
Ratty's here. Ratty's here.
I was only trying to help them. They looked a little constipated. Oh yeah, I'm counting days. I just hope to hell that nothing happens. Oh, I pray nothing happens.
Yeah, I know.
Hiya, Brittaby.
And even once he's elected, he's still not out of the danger zone, if you know what I mean. Like, he's still got to watch his back. If I was Trump, I'd be wearing a helmet, a bulletproof vest.
I just walk around with
Brittaby's here.
You know how Pope John Paul always had that bulletproof glass around that little Pope mobile he would ride in? That's what Trump needs. Full time. Just bulletproof glass around him. That'd be a horrible way to live, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. And Trump doesn't seem like that. He's, he doesn't seem too scared. Like, he'll stand up in front of a crowd, like, And then that guy shoots him in the ear, and he's like, if you, if you're not going to win.
Yeah, remember he's a Leo ascendant sign, though.
Oh, yeah.
So
that fake courage there.
He's scared as shit. But
it reminds me of the Wizard of Oz with the cowardly lion.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just kidding. He acts tough. Okay, I said that's why Trump needs a Pope mobile. A Pope mobile. A Pope mobile.
Now, did you smart individuals here in the chat, did you guys remember that you have to set your clocks back tonight?
We don't.
Well, the ones in the United States.
Okay. Darling, what is that MJ saying? Darling Brittaby, run. Run now while you still can. Rowdy, I missed you last live. Yeah, you did. Rowdy came in. Rowdy came out. Rowdy went in. Rowdy went out.
Rowdy came out of the closet. Oh my gosh. my son, when he was about 15, somebody knocked on the door, and as a joke, he went and hid in the closet and waited until they left. Well, my youngest son went to go find him, and all I heard was, "Hey, Tim, come out of the closet." And Tim's like, "I'm out of the closet now." It's like, oh my God.
Did you just see what MJ wrote in the chat? What? Oh, shit.
Whoa, okay, wow. Was that a Freudian slip? Ooh, we're starting early tonight, y'all.
I'm dead. MJ's on a roll.
Uh-oh.
Damn. And then she's like, sorry, correction, clocks. How did you get those two mixed up? I'm serious.
I wonder if she wrote that before and it popped up on her screen because, you know, she's written it before.
Oh, my word. That was a bad. MJ, I think you did that on purpose. Okay.
You pulled us off, I'm telling you. That French is, you know.
Yeah, the French. It's a French
us
tongue.
the finger. He gave us. Oh, that did not sound right. Yeah, that did not sound right. She did not give us a finger.
Oh, here we go. Starting off strong. Yeah, definitely. Right. We're in the gutter already.
Hey, it wasn't
Guys, didn't take long.
Sway didn't start this time. Although I was thinking, no.
Oh my God, you guys got me cracking up already. They knew what you wanted to say.
That's right.
No, I didn't. No, all I read was that, and I was like, okay. What the hell?
I want to start off with a very sad note tonight. Get this out of the way.
What?
Let's all bow our heads for a moment of silence. 2 moments of silence, please.
Not Peanut the squirrel.
Yes, and his friend the raccoon.
Squirrel, I'm disturbed over this. And the raccoon?
Yes, and the raccoon. That was so freaking horrible and evil. 2 moments of silence, please.
Oh, okay. How long do they last for?
2 minutes.
Oh, 2 minutes. You said 2 moments. I was like, how long was 2 moments?
You know, it's so sad.
I was so...
Why the hell?
There was so many disturbed people over this. Sorry. I over-talked you. Sorry, go.
This is just so disturbing on so many levels. It's just plain ass.
Yeah.
Didn't he have that squirrel for like 7 years?
Yes. Yes. And they've apparently been after him for a while because he moved to New York as an animal rescue, and apparently they've been trying to like shut him down. So it's like they almost did this maliciously. Oh my God. They would You know
what, this sounds exactly like somebody who this sounds exactly like what the YouTube true crime people creators would do to each other.
Yeah.
They would find out somebody had a squirrel.
Yeah, and then report them.
And report them.
7 years for Peanut. I mean, God, like, I would just be absolute. And they said, but that lady, and I'm like, what did that lady do to him to make him bite her? Like, you know, obviously he didn't like her.
It was a setup.
Yeah.
And the raccoon.
I know, I was too. I think Queen Bee announced it in her chat yesterday or something. And honestly, like, everyone was just so upset. And it's like, I don't know. And there's just something with animal cruelty, or can I please have a background? Can't you have raccoons? Oh, fuck. They're not allowed. You're not allowed to.
Different areas, different states have different rules on Like here in Tibet, we can't have anything that's considered uh
A
wild.
wild animal.
Wild. No, like we can't keep wild turkeys or deer, or raccoons or squirrels or any of that shit. Even if it's a rescue or you're trying to rehome, you have to have a permit, and then you can't have
Yeah,
it if
permit,
you're
yeah.
inside the city limits here. You the only
Oh,
you
MJ
can have
doesn't know what happened. Uh,
well, this man, where was he? In New York? Yeah, it was in New York.
yeah, he'd moved to New York, but he'd taken in a couple of animals that he'd had to, you know, nurse back to
Home.
health, I guess. But
Yeah.
sometimes once you do that, you can't reintroduce them to the wild because they get too used to people, you know.
Yeah, and that's
My
what was
friends have
wrong with the
squirrels.
squirrel. He couldn't release the squirrel back. And the same with the raccoon. He couldn't release them back safely into their habitat. And so he kept them. And I don't know, was he on YouTube? Is that how they found him?
People had 3.5 million followers.
Yeah, and some asshole, probably a YouTube true crime drama creator, turned him in, and they took his squirrel and his raccoon, and then they euthanized him
Without telling him. He didn't know until he spoke to someone else. So, yeah, they were crying, like just uncontrollably crying because it was like their fur baby, you know. And they said that the squirrel bit the lady who came to take it away, and that they suspected it had rabies, so they just euthanized both of them, and the raccoon
squirrel
as
had
well.
rabies. Yeah, and never been outside after they took him in. Yeah, okay.
How you going to basically come in? Yeah, they actually swatted this guy. He said that they like tore his house up for these two animals.
Went through his house. Said they were going through the back of his toilet, you guys.
Looking for any animals that he might have hidden. It just sounds really malicious to me, but the fact that they can just go and euthanize, like, you know, and he was getting all the certification. He was like, right, I'm getting, to rehabilitate these animals and have a certification. And he went and he goes, oh, I've got my certification. They go, oh, it's too late now. They've been euthanized. And he was like, what?
Oh my God.
And they were just uncontrollably crying. So sad.
That reminds me of those people. I think it was down in Florida. It was a few years ago. It was before, I think it was during Trump's first presidency, if I remember correctly. And they had taken in, somebody had illegally raised or gotten a chimpanzee, I think it was, a baby chimp. And this lady and her husband had this enclosure and stuff. They fixed it, made sure it was safe and everything. And well, the chimp had something wrong with him. I can't remember if he was blind. I think he was blind or deaf, one of the two. Anyway, they were taking him in the house, and treating him basically like a family member in the house, like a pet. And their neighbor turned him in, and they came and took the chimp away from him. And they tried to get him into a zoo. And I think one of the zoos down in Florida did eventually take him in. And so these people would travel, I think it was like 5 hours every weekend to go visit that little chimp because they didn't want the chimp to forget him.
Did you see that story where the chimp ate that lady's face off?
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks, Doctor. Thanks for ruining it.
And they put it on antidepressants, and it went totally crazy. And yeah, but anyway, just evening up the sorry. But I think there's a little bit of a difference between having a fully grown chimp and having a freaking squirrel. Yeah. Come on. Like, what harm is a squirrel gonna do? And this thing did tricks, and it was really
Yes.
intelligent. Sorry,
It hit
Fa.
nuts and everything.
A cotamundus? What's
What
a
is that?
cotamundus?
Cotamundus?
Cotamundus? I've never heard of. What the hell is that?
Is that like Nutamundus? Cotamundus.
I've never heard of. Is it a French word?
I bet you that's a trick. I bet you that's a trick one. It's probably not even real.
Oh, good far. We're not the only ones that are in the dark here with that. I think that's a trick.
That's what I never understood.
Yeah, it was just
about YouTube and stuff like that. It's like I seriously don't understand why some people like how they can share everything about their lives and stuff, and because there are assholes out there that will do shit like that, you know.
I know.
I understand he probably built his channel up around that squirrel, but still, it's like, damn.
Oh, they kind of look like a raccoon.
Oh,
a cotamundus.
In
the videos, they were showing the raccoon with the cup eating. Oh my god! Do you know that's crueler than anything else you could do? Like, because they trust humans, and once they get to that point, it's just sick. I was disturbed. I was listening to Queen Bees, and once they played it, like, everyone got so upset in the chat, and I was just like, I just stopped talking. I cannot talk about cruelty to animals. It really, really, really upsets me. And if anything like that comes up in my feed, I've got to block it. I cannot see it because yeah, otherwise you watch one and then your whole feed gets filled up with all these animal cruelty videos, and it's so disturbing. I just
I don't know why they allow that shit. Really, seriously, why do they? Oh, excuse me. Why do they allow that shit? I just don't understand.
I know, and just some of the horrible things that people, have done to animals. Like, I know people are rescuing them and fixing them and trying to look after them, but I just cannot. Humans are so cruel. I take it out on kids and animals, the most innocent, and they'll love you unconditionally too, and especially like a dog or something, and to harm them. It's just, I think anyone that harms animals has seriously got some psychotic tendencies or something. Like, there's something wrong there.
Definitely.
I've got more of a heart for animals than I have for humans.
Yeah, me too.
I used to go and sit with our black lab, and he would always he would get his nose and he would nudge it under my arm, and he would always nudge under my arm, so I'd sit there, so I'd have to put my arm around him. Like, he liked being held like a baby. And then some drunk person was coming home and hit him on the road outside the house, and just left him there, didn't even stop. And I wasn't in town at the time. I was living out of town, and my grandfather sent me a letter, and it was just because it was my grandfather was like my dad's dog's best friend. My grandfather was so upset, and he sent me this letter, and I just couldn't stop crying because no one had told me. No, apart from my grandfather, but bless those that cannot handle seeing and helping the animals. I know. Some can't be released back. Ernie the dingo couldn't. He had bonded with his human. Yeah, exactly, Far. And then, as soon as if you did release the dingo back and he went up to a human, they'd instantly be like, oh, shoot it, And it's like, if you've got it in safe housing, yeah. His name was Bugsy. He was so cute. He was just the sweetest black lab. He was gorgeous. He just used to like being cuddled. He's a big cuddle monster.
My buddy's a big cuddle monster and a humper.
Oh yeah, Buddy's a humper.
Buddy's a humper.
That's how he shows his love. Yeah.
Oh yeah, hump, 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 hump. Arm, leg,
On your arm, on your anywhere. Like I call him Sir Hump a lot.
Yep, Sir Hump a lot. That's right, Buddy, Sir
Yeah.
Hump a lot. But Buddy's only fathered like 90 kids.
And a humper. Yeah. I'm like, just cut those nads off, girl. Get rid of those nads.
Yeah, well, I kind of waited a little too late because he's like going to be 9 next year, so they won't do the surgery.
Yeah. Buddy is Big Daddy. He likes to daddy everyone. Like
he's Pimp Daddy. He's Pimp Daddy Buddy.
He's got that urge to procreate all the time. He just wants to keep going.
All the time. He's like a sprinkler.
Oh. Oh my god, that's gross. Just the thought of it. Yeah, he's like one of those sprinklers that goes. His automatic sprinkler. He's always sowing his seed.
But he did father a beautiful. He did father a beautiful son, in which we named Sway. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
And
but Sway's an actual dog.
Yeah, my son's best friend took him, and he's really good to him. Sway's awesome. Of course I am.
Rowdy seems like Elon. What did Elon do? Is he a sprinkler too?
Oh yeah, he's got 12 kids.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Oh my god, he wanted to sow his seed. Yeah, he sounds like a real humper. I'm sorry.
I think a lot of his
they're probably all artificial insemination.
Yeah, artificial.
Because he wants to sow his DNA because he's so intelligent.
But one of them came out as a trans or something, and he said he wanted to disown him.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow. Wow, Wilma. Oh my gosh. I had no idea he was all to the same woman? All to the same mother?
No,
like
he's got like 8 baby mamas.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was artificial. It was artificial insemination.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. I thought it would be. Oh my gosh. Imaginary penis.
I got
is puss in the womb after being on heat. Oh shit.
Which is puss in the womb after being on? Huh? Oh, he wants to sell it now? Fuck that.
Oh.
Fuck that. Remember during the Johnny Depp
need to sell anything. He's loaded.
Yeah, obviously. Obviously he's loaded. During the Johnny
he's cocked and loaded and ready to go.
Locked and loaded, spring loaded. During the Amber and Johnny Depp trial, they tried to say that Amber Heard's daughter is Elon Musk's.
I'm trying to get what Far's trying to say here. $200,000. He must just spend his whole time like jacking off into a jar. Like seriously.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, I mean, come on. Like, what this dude? Like, what the hell?
Whether up and down he was born a woman, really, because he's got birther hips.
Yeah, he really has got some feminine sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know he's kind of a strange dude.
All allegedly, of course.
200,000.
Jesus.
The womb of the dog gets infected after being on heat. It gets infected and. Oh,
that's horrible.
I've never heard of that. Oh, that
My
sounds
little Karen
awful.
Terrier dog, when I was growing up, she got pregnant by a bigger dog, and she had 5 puppies, and they were all too big for her to have naturally. But we didn't. I mean, we knew she was having trouble, and so we were waiting for my stepdad to come home so he could take her to the vet. And my mom went with them, and they were doing a C-section, and she said one of the little placenta sacs um, was all green, filled with pus.
Oh,
Puppy was okay. They got him in time, but
yeah.
it was filled with pus.
That's like meconium, right? Like, is
Yeah,
it
I
the
think
same
so.
thing?
I think so.
Yeah. That happened to me when my son was born. Like he, the, yeah, I had latent labor, and like he just would not like. I would not dilate. He wasn't like my contractions weren't getting any close together, and then they finally broke my water, and you just saw. They didn't even tell me. I just saw the looks on their faces, and they were like, "Okay, we're going to take you down for a C-section now." And I was like, "What's going on? What?" And they wouldn't tell me. They didn't want to panic me or anything. Why does it get infected? That's horrible.
I don't know. I have no clue.
I don't know after they've been on heat. I know with like, if you have, I don't know, if you have like a birth sac, I can understand that, but I'm just confused. Anyway,
Well, so I thought we would take a look at the chart of the disappearance of Johnny. How do you pronounce that last name? Gosh? Gosh?
gosh, gosh.
Like Oshkosh Bagosh?
Yeah, I did quite a bit of research on this. MJ, it just happens sometimes in
Oh,
undesex bitches. Oh, okay. Learn something every day, Far.
yeah, I didn't. Um, so back on September 5th in 1982 in Des Moines, Iowa, um, Johnny Gosh, he was 12, I believe, at the time.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, he was a newspaper boy, and he got up to go deliver his papers. And supposedly the night before, his mom said that they all had dinner together, and he had asked his dad if he could go and do the newspaper route himself. The first time that since he had the route, and he wanted to do it himself because it was early in the mornings, and so the parents, it was before it got light outside, and so the parents were, one of them was at least always with him. And the mom says she told him no that night, that he could not go by himself. And he was like, he was upset, but he was like, okay, and then went to bed. And when they got up, the parents slept in, because of course he never came in to wake him up. Supposedly he just left with the little dog to go do his paper route. And
yeah.
at about approximately 6 a.m., he the parents started receiving phone calls saying that their newspaper was late. And so the dad went and got dressed and went out to retrace the step of the paper route. Found his wagon. He had a little wagon that, well, not little, but a wagon that he used to put the papers in. And the papers hadn't been unbundled or anything. And I never heard where they found the dog, but Doxy said they did find the dog. So I guess they got the
Yeah,
dog back. But
Gretchen the Dachshund.
yeah, the
Yeah,
mini Dalshaw. Uh, but anyway, so supposedly other newspaper boys had seen him at the meeting place that they at a church that they always went to get the papers at, and some guy in a blue car, I guess, had pulled over and was asking all the boys where some place was, and nobody would really talk to him. So he left and did a U. He came back because I guess Johnny was kind of off walking by himself, and he went up to where Johnny was and was trying to get him to talk to him. But Johnny didn't. He told one of the kids, Mike, a 16-year-old that delivering papers there too. He told him that he didn't feel comfortable with that guy being around, and so he said he was going to go home. And Mike said that Johnny headed off towards home, and that's the last anybody ever saw him.
Yeah.
Now, I pulled this chart up earlier today, and there is something very off about this chart for me, anyway.
There was something very off with the whole investigation and the police in this case, by the way.
It was just really, really weird. This chart is weird.
Oh, yeah. Well, for starters, they waited 72 hours because they thought he was a runaway at 12 years old, even though he'd left his wagon and his dog behind. And
everybody had told the cops that no, there was a guy there. There was a guy trying to talk to them, all of them. And the last time they saw Johnny or the guy was when the guy was talking to Johnny by himself.
The guy in the blue Ford Fairmont.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because Johnny Gosch's mother was so bent on advocating and getting out there. She actually got like that all changed. Like, so when a child that age or whatever, when a child goes missing, they have to investigate it now straight away. They don't wait 72 hours. And she also got the Center of Missing and Exploited Children, onto it.
Yeah,
so
he was the first to be put on the milk carton back in
yeah. Talk about parents that went above and beyond. They got 2 private investigators. One was an ex-FBI and one was an ex-NYPD investigator, I think.
Now the mother is strange. She is strange. The mother comes off very strange. Very.
She was a yoga teacher. Did you know that?
Yeah, I saw that. She's very eccentric. I mean, very almost too eccentric, like crazy, almost.
Well, all the documentaries I watched, I wanted to find a date for when she claimed that he came back when he was 27 years old, 15 years later. And it was 2:00 in the morning, and she didn't tell anyone for 2 years. He came back, sat with her for an hour, and then he left. And I swear she had a really vivid dream and thought it was real. And I tried to get a date on when she said he came back. And I couldn't find a date anywhere. I don't know, but I tried to get a date on that.
And then there was a guy that got put in prison that came forward, and he gave a bunch of descriptions and stuff and time periods and everything of Johnny that only Johnny would have known, that even the cops didn't know. And the cops wouldn't pursue it because the guy was already in prison and he was charged for child SA. And he had also been charged with perjury, but they dropped the perjury charges. But there was somebody they were from Des Moines, Iowa, and one of their neighbors, and I think it was in 86, had went out to Denver, Colorado, and had eaten at a restaurant and had noticed at the table they were sitting at, or in the bathroom, there was a thing in there that said Johnny Gosch was here, and it was in maroon nail polish. And the private investigator went down there, took pictures of this and the outside of the restaurant, and that was all he did. And he went back to the prison to this guy that said that he knew Johnny, supposedly just showed him the front of the restaurant, and he went into detail about how him and Johnny and some others was at that restaurant that day, and they were painting their fingernails with maroon paint, fingernail polish, and that they were getting made fun of. And so Johnny and that kid went to the bathroom, and that's when Johnny wrote in that fingernail polish that Johnny Gosch is here. So he knew all these details without supposedly being told. But he also claims that he has over 100 personalities. And he
Yeah,
said
he's
that,
yeah,
yeah, he's got split
split
personality disorder.
personality.
But he said that the reason how he knew Johnny was because they were sex trafficked together. And he mentioned some
Well,
names, and I can't remember now the damn names.
no, he said he was used to help kidnap Johnny,
He
and
was.
he felt guilty. Yeah,
Yeah, that guy was. But he said that Johnny and them had been kidnapped for sex trafficking.
yeah. But what's interesting is years later they busted a massive ring in Des Moines. Like
Mm-hmm.
so there was actually a ring there.
And two other newspaper boys in that same area, I think within 6 years of Johnny being missing, had been kidnapped as well. Well, disappeared.
Yeah.
But I did find something very, very odd about this chart. Now, the chart does kind of go along with what that guy in prison says. We got a 3 degrees of Virgo ascendant sign. So 3 degrees is Gemini. Gemini is newspapers and walking in a wagon. It's also anything with Mercury, the ruler of Mercury, anything like that is corners. And they did say he went to a corner. That's where his wagon and stuff was left. In the sign of Virgo, Virgo is a job. So his job was to deliver newspapers that day. Yeah. So then Mercury is the ruler, his ruler, and Mercury is sitting in the second house of income and ownership. And Mercury again is newspapers. It's the wagon. In your second house, he was doing it to make money, and that's what he was doing. He was trying to raise money to buy a dirt bike, is what his mom said.
Yeah.
But here's where it gets a little iffy for me. So sitting in the first house is the sun. Okay, the sun represents a dad or a father figure. And the sun is ruled by Leo, or the sun rules Leo. Leo is in the 12th house, rules the 12th house of this chart. So someone unknown to Johnny, a man, is sitting in Johnny's first house. So I'm confused as to why it's at 12 degrees also, which is criminal, or it's somebody that is, doing illegal activities, which would make sense if you're going to kidnap somebody, right? But
yeah,
I think in this case, this was somebody that had already been in prison and had gotten out.
mm-hmm.
So I think this was somebody that had already been charged with something, because 12th house also represents prisons. And this Leo sitting there is somebody that is of higher, like somebody of authority, higher, because it usually represents like police officers, bosses, presidents of a company, or presidents of the United States. So it's somebody that has some power. But why is it sitting in the first house? Because that's the first house of anybody's chart is your personality. It's your body. It describes how you look. So I don't know if this is somebody that, but it's a 12th house that's going into the first house. So it was somebody unknown to him that came to be known. So I don't know if after he got kidnapped, he was going around with this guy and they were claiming to be like father and son.
Oh, yeah, that could make sense. I was going to say, or was he known to the father? Like, did the father, like...
No, I don't think it has anything to do with Johnny's dad, because it's unknown. Okay. It's from the 12th house to the first house, meaning he was an unknown to Johnny, but became known to Johnny. And there's something about
Yeah.
these two that eventually became as one. So it's like they were inseparable almost. So they must have had
Mm-hmm.
similar looks or something to kind of pass off as father and son.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's interesting because there was another paperboy that went missing a few years later,
mhm. Yep.
and they said he looked similar to Johnny. Like, I don't know, but
Mhm.
just thought I'd put that in there. Wasn't
But
it only his dad didn't go with him? Yeah,
yeah,
his
his
dad
dad
didn't go
didn't.
with him that day. So.
Well, see, he woke up. He wasn't supposed to leave. They had talked about it the night before, and the mom said that they
Yeah.
told him he could not go by himself. But he woke up, supposedly woke up, didn't wake up the dad like he normally does, and took the dog with him. And so it's like, okay, so he's never really disobeyed them before, the mom said, but then all of a sudden on this day, the day he decides to disobey him, he gets kidnapped. I mean,
Yeah.
kind of weird, right?
But I would think that's a kind of normal kid behavior though. Like, he wanted to say, "Look, I've got this. I'm grown up. I can do this on my own." Like I don't need. And I just think that it was bad, just a bad timing. Like,
Well, I'm
but
also a little suspicious because the seventh house represents a perpetrator. And in this case,
hmm
it's 3 degrees of Pisces. Again, 3 degrees is Gemini. Gemini is usually somebody younger, somebody that's talks with their hands, somebody that could be a twin. Um,
split personality.
yeah, a sibling. Yeah, two-faced. But in the sign of
I'm just
Pisces,
thinking because
Could
sorry.
be prisoner.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is it that guy that they've got in prison that has
Yeah, I was
the multiple
wondering.
personalities? Because
But
he said he went along with this guy to help kidnap Johnny.
but he knew an awful lot of shit about Johnny. I mean, he knew
Oh,
way
yeah.
way too much stuff.
And
Um,
they never confirmed anything that he told them whether that was true or not. Like, so, but the FBI decided that they didn't want to follow that up.
but the ruler of the perpetrator is Neptune, and Neptune sits in the fourth house. Now that's where I'm getting a little confused at, because the fourth house in anybody's chart is their home. So why would the
hmm
perpetrator be in Johnny's home?
So, was he known to the family?
I don't think so. That's why I'm just. But they also said that where Johnny left his wagon and everything, was at that church. Well, church is also represented by Pisces. So then I got to thinking,
hmm
is this somebody from the church?
Oh, could be.
But
Well,
then
whoever it was, I think they had a lot of power in that community because they seem to have push over the police and stuff. That's just my opinion, but I don't know.
I don't know, because it could also be, like that guy said, a sex trafficking ring.
Yeah. And well, think there's money in sex trafficking. There's money
Mhm.
in rings because they make, they make things and sell it. Like, so I'm wondering if they use that money to pay people off to look the other way, or there were bigger people involved in that ring.
And that's where we come to the 10th house of reputation, is in the sign of Taurus, which is money. It's at 27 degrees, which again is Gemini. And the ruler is Venus, and Venus sits in the 12th house. So somebody was making money off of Johnny's kidnapping or disappearance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Usually,
Yep.
the 10th house represents cops, people in authority.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
this
That
is
would make sense to me.
somebody. If anybody could ever go back and look at these cops that were involved, if any of them was getting some money put in their account, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, this is why the mother went and got 2 PIs, because the cops just weren't following up any leads. They were just, every tip that came out, like, they just would fob it off. They just didn't want to investigate it. Like, and it made me think that they were purposely doing that. Like, they were paid off to look the other way, or they knew that someone bigger was involved and they were getting paid to, you know.
Well, and those other 2 boys, those other 2 newspaper boys that went missing, the cops try to say that there was nothing that tied them together with Johnny. What the hell?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I know.
They were the same ages. They were the same ages of Johnny, and they were all 3 paper boys.
And didn't one of them also put a description out for the same sort of car? Like,
yeah,
I'm sure that
a blue car.
that blue Ford Fairmont came up, a couple of times. Like, but yeah, no, the cops didn't see any correlation there at all. Okay.
Now that guy in prison did mention a name, and now I for the life of me I can't remember now what the name of the guy was.
And he even took them back to the house where he said he'd been held hostage, and all the boys had been held hostage, and he got really upset, and then they went underneath the basement of the house, and there were all these kids' like initials that they'd carved into the wood under the house. It's like, oh my gosh, like, you know, they didn't put much credit into this guy because he'd been convicted of child trafficking, or you say, or whatever. But if you think, you know, sometimes the victims become the perpetrators, and it makes me wonder that's why he had multiple personality, because he'd been through a trauma, and he was trying to.
Well, he said he said he abused Johnny and the other kids as well.
Yeah, at gunpoint, like he was basically forced to.
Yeah.
And he knew too much, and it just made me think, but maybe the trauma, you know, made him disassociate, and that's why he had
well, yeah, that's what they said. They said that he would been through some trauma, that he had 100 personalities.
12 is prime, boy or girl. Yeah, it seems like the age, right?
But what's really weird, and it's what I told Doxy earlier, I said that ring and how these people disappeared and stuff reminds me a lot of Sebastian Rogers in Summer Wells. Summer Wells's chart had Neptune in the 4th house. And Neptune rules kidnapping. And she was taken from her home in the 4th house. 4th house is your home. So there's a lot of similarities to Johnny Gosch and Summers. Now, this is really weird to me too, because the moon, which represents the mother, is in the 8th house of death. And I don't understand that one. It's at 5 degrees of Aries. 5 degrees represents Leo. Leo is your hair. And if anybody's seen her hair, you would know why that 5 degrees showed up there. In the sign of, Aries, again, is hair. So Leo's, your hair always kind of reminds people of a lion's mane. And her hair looks like a lion's mane, but black or brunette.
Oh, yeah, she's still got big hair even to this day. Like, I know in the 80s, like, perms and big hair was in, but, like, she's still got big hair. I even think she wears a wig now, seriously, but she has got the biggest hair I've ever seen, apart from my grandmother. Her hair used to hit the top of the car roof. Like, she'd get in the car and her hair would actually touch the top of the roof of the car. And I was like, oh, that's why she does it to that height. If it was any higher, it'll get squished by the...
Yeah, this lady is very eccentric. I mean, just listening to her back in the day, And then now she's very eccentric. She's out there.
But I mean, I have never seen a family push so hard to try and find their child. Like, I mean, they went all out.
Yeah.
And money, and they even like, and even if people had like sham, like, like they came in with like, oh, if you give us $10,000, we'll give you information. They would hand that money over. They just wanted their son back, and they did I've never seen parents advocate so much. And then they got.
She said at least 700. She said at least 700 psychics came forward, and she said she listened to every single one of them.
Yeah, and she said, and she didn't even like badmouth them or anything. She just said it didn't lead to anything. But she wasn't giving up hope on anything. Like, and she said there wasn't one tip or lead that they didn't investigate or look further into. Like. And it's just interesting because, like, I don't know. You don't see all parents go to that extent, but they got a bill changed and they did a lot of things for other children that went missing, which was, a good thing.
Well,
but I still think the most interesting thing is that 15 years later when she said he turned up on her doorstep,
Well, I don't find anything in here where he's dead. Like, he didn't, I really honestly believe he's still alive.
Do you think they did something to, like something happened to him, like his brain, like he, like that other boy, like he went in, like he probably compartmentalized and put that, tried to disassociate from what happened to him. So he just created a whole new persona and personality and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are the parents still alive? Yeah, the parents are still alive. Yeah. They did divorce.
Died. The dad died.
Oh, he's dead now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the last I saw in that last interview you sent me, he was still alive, but he was living like miles away in Utah or somewhere. The mother, they moved out of the family home. The mother moved into an apartment. The father moved to a different state. So did the mother, I think, actually.
No, she said she still lived in Des Moines.
Oh, did she?
Mm-hmm. Just in a different house.
Yeah.
Of course, that interview was 2 years ago, so I don't know. She's up there in age.
Yeah. But you can see it's really taken a toll on her. Like,
yeah. She did not age well at all.
No.
Poor lady.
Yeah. And it's interesting because a few documentaries I watched, it's amazing how many of these documentaries spit out false information. Mm-hmm. Because one of them said that Johnny was the oldest child.
Right.
And I know that wasn't true because, and he also took over the paper route from his older brother. That's how he got it. So, there's just like, you watch these documentaries that just spit out like information. It's like, I've watched like multiple documentaries on this and he was not the oldest. That they do, yeah, false info. I know, MJ. It's amazing how many people will just, write a missing persons thing and just spit out false information on it. Like,
look at
even like those missing posters.
I would go try to find times and dates on missing people online, and even on the supposed official websites and shit of missing kids stuff, all of them would be different info.
Yeah. And even their missing poster flyers would be different, like, like it would all be conflicting information. It's like, how can you expect to find someone that's missing when you're not even putting out the right information?
Exactly.
It's just stuns me, man. Like, people that don't do their research and get the facts, and it's unreal.
It almost makes you come up with conspiracies that, like they're doing it on purpose.
Yeah. Like, well, and we know this happens. Like, you know, like we know these rings happen. Like people, like they said back in the 80s, and that was all a conspiracy as far as they were concerned. You know, and then they busted this huge ring in Des Moines, so that proves there was a ring there. I don't know who was all involved in it, but yeah, I know.
I said, I was like, where are all the parents of these missing kids? Like, why do we not hear anything about all these supposed missing kids, but we don't hear anything from parents?
Actually, there were names of the other missing kids, Far, and I didn't even note them down. Which I probably should have done, where I, like, when the second boy went missing, the second paper boy.
One was Eugene Martin.
Yep.
I do know that. One was Eugene Martin.
We should have checked his date to see, like,
I think it was
what if he.
Hold on, let me check. I think it was.
I should have written down some notes. I was busy trying to get that date of when she said when he came back when he was 27, 15 years later. I was trying to figure out, because a lot of people like, what, you just sat down with your kid for an hour and then he walked off and you never saw him again? It's just, have you done the Menendez brothers?
Missing since August 12th, 1984 was Eugene Martin, and Eugene was 13 years old when he went missing. So that was 2 years after, almost 2 years to the day after Johnny went missing.
Yeah. And I mean, going after another paperboy, like, and then, I watched Unsolved No More with that Kenneth Raines or whatever. He's a cop, but he said it's not out of the scope that, like, it might have been someone who actually had like a what's the word for it, a fetish for like paper boys or something, you know, like that's what they were looking for. Like,
well, paper boys would be by themselves usually, and they would deliver papers early in the morning. So they were looking for kids that were walking by themselves early in the morning when the light was, the sun wasn't even up yet.
Yeah, he's
kind of an easy target.
Yeah. He also he fully like just bashed the police, like the police investigation. Like he said he doesn't normally bash the cops because he is an ex-cop, but he said this was just beyond like ridiculous. Like he said they did such a shoddy job.
Prime
MJ. Not minister, just prime minister. It's fuck's sakes, it's prime. Have you done the Menendez brothers?
No, I didn't do that one. Because they pretty much know they know they killed him.
Yeah.
I mean, they admitted to it.
I think they're trying to get that overturned because of the abuse they said they suffered.
Yeah. But to some degree, I'm like, yeah, I can understand letting them go. But, I mean, they did go, like, on a shopping spree, and they tried to get the inheritance. And, I mean, they did some really shitty shit, guys. I mean, and I understand, if they were abused, that's awful as well. I mean, but
yeah,
I don't know. You would think that
it's almost like they did it for gain, personal gain.
And they've had all this time to come up with these stories about abuse. So, I mean, I'm not saying they did make it up. I'm just saying they had time to come up with it.
Yeah.
And
MJ, yeah, that's true. MJ has been listening to the trial. Oh, so the trial's actually on now? There's so many trials at the moment.
oh yeah, because they had to hurry up and get them done because a lot of them was over the statute of because you're supposed to have a quick trial, and a lot of them was
Oh,
delayed
maybe
because
she's
of
listening.
COVID.
Sorry. I'm just wondering if maybe she's listening to the old trial of them, like the original one. Maybe I missed that. Because I know that they're looking for an appeal or whatever, right?
It's supposed to be resentencing him.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the original one.
Rewatching from the original trial. Okay, thanks, MJ. I believe that them now, they were abused, no excuse. Wouldn't you think they would have been institutionalized? They are together in prison. Might be hard out here.
That's
Right?
that's exactly what I was thinking, Far. I was like, I do not know. The murder of their parents was so brutal. Serious to God, it was brutal.
Yeah.
It was bad,
It
you
was
guys.
just execution, yeah.
And then they went and spent the money and they did all. I don't know that they should be out, to tell you the truth. I mean, and then getting out in the world as it is now. Oh shit! I don't know. Aren't both of them married now?
Yeah, I think they did get married in prison. I know one of them did. I don't know if both, but I'm pretty sure.
I'd be scared. I'd be nervous to have somebody like that get out because that somebody even to be abused that bad, you got to unless you've had therapy over the years, even therapy sometimes doesn't help. But what if they
Okay, they are.
snap again?
Yeah. I mean, it was premeditated, They tried to
Yeah.
have a false alibi and everything, especially together, right? Yeah. If I was someone like that or someone like Richard Allen who'd been
Yep.
locked up and then found, let go, I just want to leave the country and go and live on a desert island or something.
Gotta have money for
Because,
that.
can you imagine the media and everything surrounding them? Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, but you gotta have money for that.
Yeah,
And
that's
they
true.
come out of prison with what, $15 in a set of clothes, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, they got wives now, so I guess.
I'd be scared shitless. I mean, you could marry the guy and knowing he's in prison, that's one thing. I mean, I don't know why you would marry him anyway, but still, at least you had some kind of buffer. You knew he wasn't coming home at night.
Look at Gypsy Rose. Yeah, right. I know.
Yeah.
She came out now. She's just a hot mess.
Was she ever
Yeah,
really
I don't
pregnant?
get people that marry people that are in prison.
I don't
I
either.
think they would be better off staying at home where they are now.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. But look at that guy that was on.
Yeah.
He was in prison for 42 years. He was a black guy, and they try to say that he robbed. I think it was a no, it was a retired teacher, and he robbed him, and supposedly, and the guy died. That he robbed. Well, of course, back then they didn't have the DNA shit that they have now. Well, turns out that it wasn't him, and so it took them a year to release him after they found out it wasn't him. It took a year to release him. Released him with $15 and a bag of clothes and set him on his way. He went to go live with his elderly mother who was on oxygen and bedridden. And he couldn't hack it. Like, he didn't know what to do. Like, he didn't, like, everything had changed in the 40 some years he had been in there.
Yeah.
And his mother wasn't able to get out and take him anywhere. And he was lost. He was just like, So he went and he freaking robbed a bank and to get put back in.
Yeah, some of them do that. Like, that's all they know, and they feel safe there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's you know, and that's why I think this trial of Richard Allen is so important too, like to actually have the right person and everything. You know, they've broken that guy, like his family and everything, like, and if he's innocent, like, they'll never ever be able to fix what they've done. Like, he'll never be the same person ever.
Well, look at
And
Donald.
yeah, that's Home with Friends. Yeah, exactly, MJ. I know, and it's safety for them, and that's all they know, and it's sad because they get institutionalized. But yeah, looking at this Richard Allen trial, like, Delphi is so shady. Like, this whole, just the investigation is so shoddy.
Come on, our whole government is shady as hell. Everything about our country anymore is shady as hell.
I know, you have to side-eye everything. You have to wonder who's behind it, who's the money behind it, you know, who are they protecting? Why are they, you
Ooh,
know, like, there just seems to be corruption and just shady dealings behind everything.
yeah, and see
I
what
know.
you just said, apply that to the YouTube true crime streets. It's the same thing. Everything you just said just there, you could apply it to the YouTube true crime streets. Who's behind it? Where's the money? Who's got the money?
Yeah, I've been watching Delphi only because I
She's
knew there
boring.
was some shady stuff going on with that judge and the police in this case. Far says I know a guy here who was in Pentridge. He got out after 20 years, took a potato pellet and held up a milk bar, which is like a corner store, to go back. He went back the same day.
Yep.
Yeah. I had a friend who got really high on Datura. I don't know whether you know what Datura is over there.
Mm-mm.
It's it's got a different name actually. Can't remember the other name of it, but my friends were playing around. They decided to make up this Datura tea, which is like these big trumpet flowers. It's like a hallucinogen. They say if you sleep under the tree, you have real weird dreams and that. Anyway, these friends of mine took this Datura and went down to the milk bar or the dairy or the corner store with a butter knife and thought it would be funny to try and hold it up. Well, they got in big trouble, like big trouble. She had they're lucky they didn't go to prison actually. And it was a joke, but someone saw their car and it identified their car, and it was actually one of their friends who dobbed them in. But these were like people that I used to, you know, see every day, and they got in a lot of trouble for that.
Yeah,
Went
that's Sarah
blind.
Boone.
Yes, it makes you go blind far. Yep. It
That
does.
Sarah Boone is
If you have
too
too
nuts.
much of it.
She's too nuts. I don't like following nut cases like that.
Yeah.
It's just too. They're
Yeah,
just
Sarah.
too psycho.
I think Sarah Boone had alcohol-related like brain damage. To be honest, like because she was an alcoholic. Alcohol-related brain injuries are a real thing. People get brain damage from drinking too much alcohol. But yeah, imagine that. Like someone like helped the police out and took them off and was like identified the car, and it was like someone we knew. It was like a friend of ours. MJ, I watched a little of it. Oh,
No, what's
the
really,
Sarah
really
Bone.
creepy, you guys, to me is I think we touched on this before, but what's really creepy to me is men going over the Madeline Soto case with it's too damn creepy. I can't listen to that shit
Yeah,
anyway, but much less a man doing it. Why does
yeah,
people even want to listen to that
definitely.
stuff? I just don't understand it. It's so gross. What Madeline, that Steven or whatever the frick his name is.
I
did to her.
know.
I mean, how do
Yeah.
you sit there and listen to that stuff? You have to be affected somehow by it, or you're just so desensitized to sit there and just listen to that. Oh,
I'm surprised they can release it all on, minor. But isn't it Florida's got a sunshine law or something that they have to
I
open all
don't
that
know.
stuff up? So, but you think with her being a minor that they would have tried to, you know,
But when you sit there and talk about it and stuff like that, it almost, I mean, look at the mental illnesses that we have and how bad things are around and stuff now, that you would think that by releasing a lot of this stuff and talking about it and people hearing it over and over and over again, that younger kids and messed up people would want to copycat it, or like, ugh, it's horrible.
well, that's the problem. And then you see these teen, I don't want to say the name, but like, pew pew,
Again,
teens taking out their families and stuff like that. And it seems to be getting more and more common. Is like, are they copycatting off each other? I don't
I'm
know.
sure a lot of it is. Yeah, I mean, look what happened after Columbine. A lot of that was
Yeah,
copycat.
and then since then you've had all these other teens that have done similar things.
But just to sit there and be listening to that day after day after day, it's like, oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
It's so disturbing.
Yeah.
And then to hear a
I'm,
man talk about it is even worse.
I know. Right? It's
'Cause
like,
it's
ugh,
almost like they get off on
cringe.
it, They sound like they're getting off on it. To me, it's just, oh, I don't know
Yeah.
how to explain it. Yeah, 24/7, it's just awful. I don't know how people can do it. That's just like, going from true crime channel to true crime channel. It's like, how does anybody sit there for 10, 12, 15 hours a day just going from chat to chat on the same stupid
Yeah.
topic?
Well, they're addicted.
Yeah, they're more than addicted. Like something's
So do
wrong.
you think Johnny Gosh's mother imagined him coming back? Or was
No,
it real?
I don't think so. I don't take her as being crazy, as in crazy to make something up like that. Well, I mean, even if, like you said, a dream. No, I think
Yeah.
he's actually alive. I really do. And I think
Yeah.
I could see him making his way back, telling her that stuff. But then it's like, well, why didn't she want him? Like, I don't know. She didn't seem like she'd like begged him to stay, or
No, but he explained to her that he couldn't, like, she couldn't say that she'd seen him and everything because it was, like, it was dangerous. Like, the people that
yeah.
had done this, like, would go after her, would go, like, it was a safety thing. Collecting money for legal fees for acting like fools for attention. Yeah, I know him, Jay.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my gosh.
Do not get me
Like,
started.
this is a new level of griftmas with these
Yeah.
GoFundMes and
Fake
that.
death,
It's just next level.
fake death threats and fucking needing surveillance cameras, and oh my god.
Oh, I know. I think it's all bullshit.
It is. It's
And I
all
think all those emails and death threats are all made up. Like,
it is. It has to be, because she didn't report it to anybody. I
yeah,
didn't
no, nobody
report the
does.
authorities.
Nobody ever
I
does.
didn't report it to the authorities because um I got a dirty butthole.
Yeah. Just crazy.
What the fuck, people? This is. I just. Oh, don't even get me
Yeah, I
started.
think so too, MJ.
It is, MJ. It's all made up. Like I said, it's all in. All of it's fake. It's all scripted.
Yeah. And you see when they make up something like this, eventually it will lead to them needing something like
Mhm.
cameras or, like it all eventually Like they'll start with these stories and it'll go, oh, I'm a victim and this and that and blah, blah.
Yep.
Eventually it'll go to money. It'll somehow always lead to money.
Yep.
They need money for something. And it's like, you're due to get paid. Like, why are you asking your subscribers to pay for cameras
That's
when
why-
you could have got them weeks ago, months ago?
That's the reason why I honest to God think that somebody, okay, this is all alleged, but I believe this really to be somewhat accurate, but allegedly, okay. It has to be run like a syndicate. Serious to God, I think that somebody, because like you said, at the 21st, 22nd of every month, they get paid by YouTube, right?
Yeah.
But that's when, right around that time, is when they all of a sudden come up with, we need computers, we need to pay my rent, we need to pay this, we need to pay that, right? Yeah, and
I kind of broken down.
Yeah, and they say they can't afford StreamYard. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so if they, honest to God, are not able to afford that shit, let's just say for shits and giggles, they're telling the truth about that. Why can they not afford that? I think they're having to pay somebody. I think that in order to get the clicks, likes, and views, the people coming into their chats, the protection, because you and I both know who's in a lot of those chats protecting them, quote unquote. I think they're having to pay money monthly to these people. I think it's like a syndicate.
Yeah.
They're getting protection.
Yeah. Did you hear that Nick the Hat is no longer representing Seth?
Oh, how convenient.
Surprise, surprise.
How convenient.
Yeah, I know. After they put out all these lawsuits and everything like that, yeah.
Oh. Imagine that.
Your tooth hurts?
Ooh.
What'd you do, MJ? I just had another dental appointment on... What day did I go to the dentist? I think...
Yesterday.
It's Thursday. Oh, it was Friday. Yeah. And honestly, this time I was like, you can't poop? Oh, my tooth hurts. I can't poop. Oh, she's making up. She's making up excuses.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
I'm severely constipated. Okay.
I got a dirty
need an
butthole.
enema.
I need some money. Yeah, but wasn't it convenient that she raised $5,000 and then it got taken down? Oh no! And then it was like, oh, let's raise money for her real fast.
Yeah, $5,000 in like a day.
But see, they were the ones going around saying their armchair lawyers were going around and going, oh my God, this is so fake. This lawsuit or this RICO thing's so fake. But then all of them were like, oh, let's hurry up and fire up the GoFundMes. Yeah, nothing money. Yeah, exactly, Wilma. And what's even more disgusting is it's right before Christmas, and there is really people hurting, like in North Carolina and stuff, with these hurricanes that just got hit by hurricanes that have no homes. They don't have food. You know, they're not in their homes. They don't have food. A lot of them lost their pets. A lot of them lost loved ones. And here these freaking creeps are sitting there hitting people up for fake legal funds.
Did anyone see one creator raise money for Red Cross or anything like that? Not one. I did not see one fundraising live stream, because they know if they take money out of their subs for like a fundraiser, that it won't go in their pocket.
Yep.
Betty got a fund going also, wants 30K. I know, just ridiculous. And she knows she's going to prison. It's just a total waste of money. Like, she knows she's screwed. And then she's just gone and fired her lawyer, she said. I think her lawyer fired her, but
yeah, that's why you got to be really careful of what chats you guys go into. I mean, you guys can go anywhere you want. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying, like, and how do I want to put that?
Be aware.
Just be aware. Yeah, just be aware. Just know that in the back of your mind, Sway said, "Oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't go in here. Not that I can't, but maybe I shouldn't." Because
You didn't know that far? Sorry. Yeah. Keep going. Sorry.
But once you get into those chats and stuff, trust me, they know everybody that comes in those chats. Every single person that comes into that chat, they know. They know who's there. Like,
especially the big donators,
yes.
the ones that drop the money.
Yes.
Yeah, Betty has had she's trying to appeal all these protection orders, and she has set up a GoFundMe for $30,000 last week. Don't be up Uranus.
MJ, that's it. You're getting a gapper. You're getting a gapper.
A Uranus gapper.
A Uranus gapper, that's right. Specially made by Sway. Sway's Uranus.
And if you hold it up at certain times of year, if you hold it up to the sky, you can align the moon and different.
You can align your neighbor's moon with Uranus.
Yeah, exactly. You can moon Uranus. I haven't been there since last time. I see 50 gifted memberships. There's 300. I know. I know far. I don't know who's got money to be dropping on 50 gifted memberships or.
No. That's nothing. Nothing. I was there one night, and honest to God, this is how many.
$1,500. Yeah. I saw that too. It was crazy.
And that's at $2.99. $2.99 a piece. You guys.
Yeah. I saw that too. I was just like, what? Who's got money? Who's got money like that?
That's almost $5,000.
Yeah, and if someone worked it out and they were like, with all the money they dropped, if they did that every month, that's over $200,000 a year they're dropping in like memberships.
You guys, that's nobody is that generous for a YouTube channel. Nobody. And they're not getting anything out of it. What are they getting for that? Nothing.
Yeah.
So the ones dropping that whatever guy, he's not getting nothing back from that, you guys. And that's shady as fuck.
It just makes you wonder where the money's coming from, like, that they're filtering through. But anyway.
That's why I say,
it just makes you think it almost doesn't seem legal.
I don't see how it is. I really don't.
Yes, Wilma.
Yeah. But this was all within, like, what was that, 45 minutes we figured that night?
Yeah, and I love you. Yeah. Some people just, like, I don't know, but I honestly, like, you see these people and they're just like, thank you, I love you, thank you, I love you, thank you, I love you, and it's like,
and that's all they get out of it. That's all they get. Well, that we can see. We should take that back. That's all they get that we can see on the outside.
Yeah.
We don't know what they're actually getting, but from the outside, it looks like they're not getting anything in return. But see, we can't
say.
We saw this in the Summer Wells case, though, big time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Benny Keys got almost a $500,000 house out of it.
He was getting people drop like $1,000 and stuff in his cash apps and stuff.
Yep.
I don't even know if that's real, but
we saw it.
Makes you wonder.
We saw not Brittany. What's her name? Shit. What was her name? Anderson. God damn it. Starts with a B.
Brandy?
Brandy.
Bradford?
Bradford, that's it. Brandy Bradford was dropping thousands in there sometimes.
I think it must do Wilmer, like it makes them feel important or something, you know? I don't know.
I don't know that you mean the ones that are dropping it feeds their ego?
Yeah, yeah, I don't know.
I think they're getting paid to drop it, in my opinion. Allegedly. I know, MJ. I know. I don't understand it. I do not understand it. And the bad thing
As
about
soon
it,
as the channel...
the really bad thing about it is, you guys, that in order to keep the numbers coming in and turning, and they're the same pay every month, or at least up to the same pay every month, they have to come up with things bigger and better. Like, everything has to be better than the one before. So you put out one video, you have to outdo it the next video just to keep that money the same as it was for the video before it. It's really tiring. Like, it's frustrating as fuck. And I don't know how these people, like, how do you live that way? It's like being a used car salesman. It's like you have to go in there and do a spill just to sell a freaking car, and you don't know from 1 hour from the next if somebody's going to be stupid enough to buy that lemon that you're trying to sell them. Like,
I
how do
know.
you survive? Like, oh my God, I could never sleep.
I have a few car sales yards just down the road from me, and you see the same cars there day after day after day, and you're like, how do they survive? Like,
a lot of them don't.
I wouldn't. No, well, a lot of them have gone under, and yeah, I hear a lot of car yards have, just with the economy the way it is lately.
Yeah, I would much rather go into work 9 to 5 every day, knowing that I'd get at least my paycheck at the end of the week or the month or whenever I get paid. At least I know that I'm working for that money. And then usually when I clock out at the end of the night, I go home and I'm not having to, worry about making videos or doing shorts or, coming on a live or, I mean, it's stressful. Yeah.
I think they get really good at making up, like, reasons to get money. Like, that's what they spend half their time doing, is sitting there thinking up, how am I going to manipulate my audience into giving me money again this month? Like,
wouldn't that just stress you out? Wouldn't that just be such, like, you're sitting there,
oh,
okay,
yeah.
so today I used that I needed an engine for my car. Shit, what can I do tomorrow to make it even better so that they give me the same amount? Oh, yeah.
Oh, the engine was faulty and I can't get... Yeah.
Oh, so next week
it's like
my dog got kidnapped. I need you guys' help to get my dog back.
Yeah. It's like Betty raising this money for these lawyers. And then she just said that she just booked her car in to get repainted. Like, her car's not even running right. It's a rust bucket. It's not worth $2,000. But yet she's getting it repainted.
Oh, okay.
And she knows she's probably going to jail. So it's like, how does this make sense? I just don't understand the logic in it.
She's raising money for $30,000 for legal fees, but she's getting her car painted, and nobody sees a little correlation there.
No, like it's like,
oh, fuck yeah!
I think,
guys, I'm gonna
it's just
against my computer screen.
Yeah. I know, because she's an idiot.
How? But the people giving her money are idiots.
Yeah.
And she nonchalantly comes up on the thing and says, "Oh, by the way, yeah, my car's getting repainted. A $7,000 car paint. And I just wanted the $30,000 legal fee. GoFundMe.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because her legal fees like stunted at about $4,500, and like I think she's tapped everyone out. She's had 100 donations, and like, it's been up for over a week, and I think that's it. And she goes, "Oh, it slowed down a little bit. Just $1 a day, $1 a day, everyone. You can give $1 a day." And it's like, are you kidding me? She's not a friggin'. a refugee or a friggin' child that
Exactly.
doesn't have a home, or oh my gosh, it's
What
so
what
ridiculous.
if okay, so Bullhorn Betty, GW, okay, so they've got the lawyer fee shit going on, right? What if
Yeah,
what if all these scams, they pull money together, they pull their money together and they all split it? That's why they're all into it, all working together, because they have to put that money into a pool. It's all,
yeah, I'm wondering that too. Like, and then they do things to back up each other's
yeah,
claims, or
yeah,
they infight, like, to
yep,
pretend that,
infighting,
like, I
yep.
was wondering if this whole lawsuit thing was all like a big spin, like, for
Well,
them
yeah,
all to
now,
claim lawyers' fees and everything.
yeah, because now Nick the Hat backed out. That's a little
Yeah,
strange.
yeah. And it's like all of a sudden this lawsuit's not going anywhere, but yet you're still collecting money for a lawyer. I don't understand it, but and I mean Bullhorn Betty, I mean, there's no way she's gonna win that appeal. No way. So
Mm-mm.
why would you even bother like trying to raise 30 grand? Go and do your month in jail or whatever you have to do. And because she has to pay for the Bowersox and Proudfoot's lawyer fee. She's got court fines. She's got she's got bills coming out her ears. Like,
Does
what
anybody
does it
know?
take?
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Doctor.
No, oh, I was just reading. MJ says, "What does it take
Yeah,
to cash out the GoFundMe? Is it easy to access?"
I heard it
Yeah,
was,
and
but I don't know.
well, Granny's got taken down. Hers got reported, and I'm like, well, how can Granny's get taken down and not Betty's? But apparently,
Do we
Betty's has been
know?
reported now too.
Do we know that Granny's was actually taken down?
Yeah, because everyone was refunded.
Oh,
They
okay.
actually, yeah, and but the thing is, Betty has got her GoFundMe and Sonia, her moderator's name. So I think that's how
Ah,
she's sort of loopholed around that.
of course, because you have to pay taxes on that.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah. I know. It's so silly the amount of people that put themselves on the line for these creators as well. Like, they actually trust them and think that, "Oh, I'm
Yeah.
really helping this person because they need
Oh my
help." Oh,
gosh,
no,
we're
they're
gonna
taking
raise
you for a ride. They're taking
thirty
you for a
thousand
ride.
dollars. Is a lot in taxes, people.
Yeah.
And can you
I
imagine
mean,
being stiff for that?
money, no money, people leave. Yeah, I know. A lot has been
Exactly.
going on fire. It's
And it's
crazy.
all right before Christmas. How convenient.
And where everyone was waiting for the usual Christmas grifts, but they've really stepped it up this year. They've
Mm-hmm.
gone next level. Like, we've
Fake
done
death
fake
threats,
lawsuits and all sorts of stuff.
fake
Yeah,
death
it is
threats,
sickening around here. It's disgusting.
surveillance cameras.
Just makes me cringe. Like, I don't even want to watch it anymore. It's just got
Mm-mm.
to a next level. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
but
no way I could get on here and be like, guys, I'm gonna be kicked out of my house tomorrow unless I come up with $1,000. Oh my gosh, I need you all to put in right now because I'm gonna be homeless and my son is gonna be not gonna have internet. Oh,
that's
isn't
probably
it
why
rowdy?
they get the also another reason, like, so say you go and you're in, let's just say, for shits and giggles, again, all speculation, that they're all pulling the shit together, pulling their money, their evil gains together. What if, so let's just say Granny's watching, she's gonna go out and she's gonna grift, and she's gonna pick a supposed fight against, oh, I don't know, Sinner. So her and Sinner's not asking for any money, but let's say Granny is. And so they start fighting back and forth. Well, of course, Sinner's going to keep it up because he knows that in the end he's going to get a cut of that money.
Yeah, I wonder that too. We thought that was happening in the Summer Wells
Yeah.
case, and the creators that were actually they portrayed that they were
Outing him.
enemies
Yeah.
actually started working together, like, and it's like, okay, so there's definitely a lot of LARPing going on, like
Yeah,
they are
because
definitely actors.
Benny got a $500,000 house out of this, and that's just a little bit of what he got. That's just a little of what he got. So Benny, at the same time, Benny got a new house. Tiffany Marie she moved to a new place. Prayer Garden moved to a new place. Um, Fizzle moved to a new place. It was like, damn, how do you guys all getting all this money? Like, because they weren't all collecting money at the time. The only ones that was collecting money, the big money, was Benny at the time. So it's like, yeah, they're all. I think they're really all pulling their money together. Like I said, it's like a syndicate.
Well, look at cracking cases, and
Yep.
and they got to the point where they were people that had donated to them. They were reaching out over PayPal and Cash App and that, requesting money from them, like saying,
Yep.
"Oh, we're gonna get evicted," and then it turns out that they were like had a massive addiction problem.
That's right. They were asking people that had already donated to them to donate more.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yep.
And people came out and they were like, yeah, they keep contacting me and excuse me, asking for help, asking for money, because they knew the ones that donated and were generous, so they would keep pushing and making up stories and reaching out to them, and yeah. I want a new place, a power scooter. Far wants a pony.
Well, just remember, guys, nothing's for free. So if they promise you a brand new pony, Far, don't take it, because it comes at a price.
Yeah.
And it may
they
be
want
just
something from you.
That may just be where they say, "Oh, we just want you to push so and so's channel for a while. We want you to, drop their links and push the channel for a while." Yeah. Just
or
wait.
put this threatening email out here and just
can we use
pretend like you don't know anything about it.
PayPal account so that we can push some dirty money through it and clean it? We'll give you 30% of it. Remember the fake FBI shit where she supposedly was pushing $500 to old Jody Sue through Cash App?
Yeah.
And
I mean, Jody Sue has multiple times collected money saying she's going to get protection orders and get this and get lawyers and all this, and she never did it. But she collected money multiple times to do it. The amount of money she tried to, just the attention she got off the Summer Wells case. She still goes live every day and talks the same shit.
Oh, yeah.
Rowdy. I want a G.I. Joe. Oh, Greatest American Hero.
Can I have a GIC? I don't know what the hell that is, but I don't want no Joe.
No, you're going to have a G.I. Sherpa.
Oh, that's right. No, a monk. Oh my God, that monk was so goddamn good looking. Damn it, he was a monk. Kidding.
Champagne died on a beer budget with a straight arrow.
Yep.
I just can't believe it. I mean, some of these creators make some big money every month, and yet they never put anything aside in case of an emergency or their channel goes down or they get reported or struck or,
How many of those creators are going to help you if you needed help? Not one goddamn one of them.
Nope. And, just going back to, like I said, who fundraised for the hurricane victims?
Yeah.
No one. Not one person. And I thought, that's so greedy. Like, you couldn't even do like a Red Cross fundraiser live or something, just something to show that you're trying to give back to the community that gives you all your money in the first place. Like, some of them would have been your subs.
Just think those $1,500 in those 1,500 memberships, they couldn't have taken 1,000 out of that and donated it.
Yeah. Nope, because once you give that money over, it's mine. It's all mine. But anyway.
But those poor people, they still don't have homes. They don't have. Where are they going to go? It's going to get cold.
Yeah. I know. I feel terrible. Like, I know what happened here when we had that big cyclone, and it was pretty devastating. Like, and it wasn't nearly as big as what you guys had over there. And
But it's disgusting. Like, and it's really disgusting is how they use their own kids for it.
mm-hmm.
And you
Yep.
guys, like, seriously, do they not think that those kids ain't gonna grow up to do the same goddamn thing their parents are doing?
Well, they're sitting there listening to them on every
Yeah.
live stream, learning how to
How to do
grift
it.
and lie.
And
Yeah.
then we're gonna be the ones. We are the ones. The taxpayers are the ones that's gonna have to pay for their asses to sit on YouTube while they collect freaking welfare and stuff. While they're collecting these big buku bucks because they're not actually out there getting a job. And I guarantee you, they're
Yeah.
not reporting any of this money.
Yeah, MJ. Yep, that'll be the next generation of grifters. They'll step it up a notch, and they'll be
Yeah.
even, like it's like they evolve, they learn and evolve. Like, oh, that story didn't work, so we'll have to step it up a notch and make it look more believable by, maybe making up all these fake lawsuits and things like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it is. It's just disgusting.
Yeah, yeah. And
I
here's
just
my
don't.
little boy over here wanting to get a job before he's even old enough.
And my thing is too. Can't shouldn't there be at least something that if you're talking about kids, missing people in general, anybody like that, like, don't monetize that live that you just did, you know? You don't have to
Yeah.
monetize every single thing you do on YouTube. But could you
Oh yeah.
imagine, like, just Johnny Gosch's mom and dad? Could you imagine if back then they were raising this kind of money off of their son being missing, and
Yeah.
these YouTubers, creators over there that's making all this money, their kids are living high off the hog for Christmas and holidays, and while their kid is missing and God only knows what's happened to him, and it's all
Yeah,
off his
like Sebastian.
kid being gone. Yeah,
Yeah.
like Sebastian
Like
in summer.
Sebastian. Think about his mum and stepdad this Christmas while your kids are sitting there
Well,
with
even Seth, even though I don't like any of
yeah,
them,
and Seth. Yep.
even Seth.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
just knowing that these evil freaks that have put you down and told so many lies and tried to get you in trouble and put you in prison, and they're living high off the hog.
Yep.
Well, and just look.
So
So
ignorant.
yeah, well, and just the lawyer fee shit. You know, they could just go all of a sudden. Bullhorn Betty, before she goes to jail, could just disappear. You know, say that she has to take some time off of YouTube and go and spend all that money in Belize or something.
Yeah, go to friggin' Mexico or I don't know.
Granny's watching before she got that 5,000 taken down or whatever. She could have easily took that money out and said, "Oh, I need a break off of YouTube," and went to Mexico or whatever. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
why does people do that?
And and especially around Christmas time, and they know, after the hurricane, people are struggling, and then you got Christmas and Thanksgiving coming, and it's like people. I mean, the way the economy is, people are already struggling, but yet they're giving their hard-earned money. I don't know,
why can't you
just
just
rubs me the
save
wrong
it?
way.
Why don't you just save it for your kids or your grandkids? Like, if you got 10 extra dollars to give to these jackal hides, why don't you just save it and put it back for your grandkids or something?
That's what I've been doing. I've been doing since COVID. I've been saving, and since I gave up smoking, all the money that, because I don't do a lot anymore since COVID, but I just put all that money aside because I know that, my son's going to need it, or, eventually we're going to need a new car, or we're going to need something. I'm not going to, I don't know. A lot of people just don't save or do anything like that, though.
Well, I can see where people would, try to help people and stuff like that, but at some point in time, you kind of have to start realizing that when they're not helping themselves, which none of them are, yeah, they're helping themselves to your money, but they're not helping themselves. to get, to where they're not having to ask for this shit, then that's when you cut them off like quicker than shit. You're like, fuck you people. That's why I was trying to tell you guys a while back, not you guys like directed at you guys, but anybody, if they're not doing shit for their membership, the members and shit, and they're not doing lives and stuff like that, drop your memberships.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no sense in paying for something that you're not getting something out of. They're getting something out of it, but you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, it's the Christmas spirit. Think of yourselves first. Damn it. Drop those memberships.
Well, I haven't even done my Christmas shopping yet. I don't even want to think about it.
I don't either. I do know I want to
dick.
Dick,
dick.
Dick, dick.
Yeah.
You guys all know what you're
it was supposed to mean that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, guys, I have to tell you guys something. So, you all know that for the last few months, the crap that's been going on. And, well, I decided today I was going to call a truce. So, I'm going to call a truce with StreamYard. I tried to gap his sphincter the other day after he knocked me off of the freaking YouTube. So I'm gonna call truce with StreamYard, and I'm gonna try to be nice. I'm not gonna chase him around the car and try to gap his sphincter anymore.
Well, StreamYard might be getting his shit together,
Well, he's doing better today. Haven't had a problem, knock on wood.
Yeah, I think they're starting to clear up the problems with StreamYard. Thank God.
I think that 1 inch gap kind of straightened his ass up. I had to stretch it a little bit further than it would actually go.
Hey,
I had to stretch the gapper a little bit past what it would actually go. So, I mean, I had one foot on one side of the gapper and pulling up as hard as I could with the other. Yeah, and I got him.
Damn.
No lube either. Woo! He squealed like a little girl. Let me tell you. Anybody think of Deliverance?
Yeah. Squeal like a pig.
That was wrong. I apologize. Oh, shit. Okay.
Someone press the abort button, quick. I thought we got up to 6. What are we talking about again?
Huh? I was calling a truce with StreamYard, MJ.
Okay, everyone's lost.
StreamYard knocked me off wouldn't let me finish my live the other night because it kept messing up. And so after the live, I gapped its sphincter.
She taught it. She taught StreamYard. She like
the shit out of its sphincter.
Yeah.
Locked me out of StreamYard and I couldn't get in until I apologized.
That bloody AI.
And
my God, Uranus.
Psych, StreamYard. I had my fingers crossed when I said I was sorry. Motherfucker.
And the stream goes down.
Well, there goes its way.
Oh, dear.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, we've been on here for 2 hours? That's crazy.
Only 2 hours.
Doesn't seem that long. It's all sway stories. Like, they go on and on.
Hey, sorry. I didn't tell any stories today.
You sure did.
Only
you told multiple stories.
What did I say today? I didn't say nothing. Nothing.
Well, we had to. So where's Johnny, you think?
Probably living off the street somewhere. A lot of them don't. Yeah. A lot of them can't make it in the real world. They're too messed up, and mental health, you can't really get help with mental health.
And you never know, like, what the perpetrator has, like, fed into their brain, like, and made them think, like, oh, you know, you did this was your fault, or that's right, or now you're disgusting because you let that happen to you, or something like that, like playing with their mindset.
I don't think he would be in Iowa, but you never know. You never know. My guess is
you wonder how someone would get on without any, like, IRD, not IRD number, you call it IRS or whatever, is it? Like, how would someone get on through life without their social security and their birth certificate? And you just wonder, like, how do they...
That's where I think they have to have some help with people in the government. I really honestly think that you have to have help higher up to get that kind of stuff. Because just like...
What makes me think there's corruption all the way up the ladder.
It's just like Sebastian. How does he go anywhere if he's still alive and walking around and everything? How is he getting anything without some kind of an ID? Like, you can't get a bus ticket, you can't get anywhere like that without, of course you have to have money for that, but still it's like you have to have some kind of an ID. Well, I take that back. All the illegals don't have, they have fake IDs. Never mind.
Okay. I think the corruption goes right up the ladder. Like, I think there's corruption in every level. Yeah. And they know they know which ones to go to have things fixed or brushed under the carpet, or
just like the diddler.
The diddler, well, that is a really good I can't even think of my words today. Example, a really good example of, like, how he had people, sort of under getting on the payroll,
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm seriously, I think that this is something that happens with the community, the YouTube community. There's something bigger than just the creators. Let's just put it that way. It has to be.
Yep. It's that time. It's the time for my cat to waddle over to the cupboard and get fed. Sorry. He's like, it's 4 o'clock, Mum. Yeah.
Yep. I agree, MJ.
Just feeding the cat.
Next week, you guys, Tuesday, we all have to show up.
I didn't see that far.
Bring your snacks. To see a doco that said Johnny was in a position in government? Oh, I don't believe that. Huh. Now I can see that somebody in a position of government took Johnny, or they took him to somebody like that, but I don't see that Johnny's in a position of government, but who knows? That might explain the 12th house being in Leo, though, because that's government. I just wish the guy that I studied his astrology stuff for, I wish he was still alive. And I wish I had access to his brain so I could figure out. Of course, then again, maybe I don't want to be able to do that either. I don't know.
Sorry. I was just muted. Yeah, I think there's still questions you have, like, with certain things in charts and stuff, but you seem to be learning.
Yeah, but you should be able to know, like in Summer's chart and Sebastian's chart and all them, you should be able to tell general location or general situations. And for the life of me, like, I've gone over the Susan Morphy one because we know now where her body was found. I've gone over the Gannon Stout charts. I can't figure out how it came to be, how it is seen in the charts, like where they found them, or how they, like, how do you get to that point to where you see
You know
it?
how you said you thought Richard Allen was being railroaded, like set
Yeah.
up? Did
Yeah.
you see in the chart if he's going to get found guilty or not guilty? Like, would you be able to see that?
Yeah, but I don't think for the life of me, I don't think I have the Delphi chart here.
Oh, yeah, we could do that another time. It'd be just interesting to see, like,
Because I think I looked the other
I mean,
day.
he's definitely going to have grounds for an appeal. I can see that, but
Well, I don't know if they've got him railroaded. They may not. They may have it fixed where he can't, but I don't know. I'd have to. And for the life of no, I
yeah,
don't
she
have the.
does fire. Yeah, no, I'll get some details on it and we'll have another look because be interesting. Just the shoddy police work in that case.
Your mouth to God's ears. Fark you.
Mm-hmm.
You would be amazed at what some people on these streets think that Sway doesn't know what she's talking about.
Yeah, it is far.
It is.
I'm glad there's certain people reporting on what's really going on in that case because a lot of it's hidden, which is sad because that's not justice for Abby and Libby at all. Like trying to railroad someone and trying to just make someone take the fall for, like, that's not.
Hey, Jim.
Jim. Hey, I was just thinking about you, Jim. I was thinking I need to Facebook you. I don't even get on my Facebook Messenger hardly at all.
Jim, she's going to send you a bona fide, dignified gapper for Christmas.
Yeah. How's things going, Jim? Are you working today? Oh no, Sway can tell you a lot. I would have contacted Sway by now, but it's scary. I've been all over the countryside.
Jim's
Jim,
like, what?
Jim, what have you been? You been on holiday or like traveling? Oh, she doesn't know what you're talking about, Sway.
She'll fill you in, Jim. Doxy will fill you in.
Oh, it's a long story. No, I went to a 42-year-old school reunion last week, and and did you find anyone? Did you meet up with anyone? Yeah, I hope you had a good time.
Fall in love with the high school football.
You caught up with your dad after 13 years? Wow.
Wow.
That must have been emotional. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. It was. Aww. Well, I'm glad you got a chance to do that. I think it's important, but it's hard to make that step sometimes, especially if there's such a
first step
distance. Yeah. Yep.
I could tell you all a story, but I won't.
Oh, Sway. Good for you, Jim, and it makes you happy. Yeah,
Hooked up with the
and
guy.
sort of
Woo-hoo!
hooked up with it. I see. I picked it. I nailed it.
No,
And
she nailed
he lives now where I lived before, and I moved where I am now.
it. Oh.
Wow. Are you still talking, Jim? That's so good.
Hey, Jim, I'm going to hook up with a monk. Got to find him first, but I'm going to find him. Kidding.
I went to a high school reunion about, I don't know, 6-7 years ago, maybe. And I got so drunk, I came home and fell asleep. So for 4 years lived in the same town, then I moved here not knowing he was there.
Oh, that would suck.
A month. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's funny how things like that happen, right?
That monk was hot. I got to go back and see if I can find this picture. Huma time.
Huma. We've been talking for the last week since I got back.
Ooh.
Oh, Jim, I'm so happy for you. That's sweet. I hope he's a sweetheart and he's a nice
Me
man.
too.
Oh, Jim, Sway's just got a thing for monks.
This monk was hot. Woo, hot. Even with
was
the
he
bald,
like a Hare Krishna? Yeah.
even with the bald head,
And the
hot. And I don't
orange
like
robe and bare feet.
no bald heads, but he was hot. Oh, I thought
he
Jim
had
said
his demons but got shot. What?
He got shot.
News.
Huh? He had his demons, but got shot. Worked out. Them worked out?
Got them worked out. Got them.
Oh.
His
Oh,
demons working out. Okay.
Oh, that's good.
That's good. That's a good sign. A lot of people do, but you know.
Oh, yeah. Good.
He worked his shit out. Okay.
Hey, Jim, see if you would have had your gapper handy with you, you could have given him a little, sphincter gapping.
She doesn't know what you're talking about, Sway.
Oh, that's right. She hasn't been here for a while.
But news on the DV asshole I was with years ago. Oh, what?
He's moved to the United States.
Yeah.
With Bullhorn Betty.
Yeah. He's now, Betty. He's now with Betty. Bullhorn Betty. He's in jail.
Close enough.
Yeah. They normally end up there.
That's what I was going to ask.
I was like, is he dead? Question mark.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say, is he dead?
He died. Oh, he's in jail. Oh, next best thing. Oh.
I bet he's getting his sphincter.
That's karma for you. That's karma. Jim, that's second best thing, I suppose. Yeah. Do you know what he went to jail for, Jim? Same thing.
Drugs.
Got busted, drug syndicate, 6 kilos of meth trafficking. Oh, shit. Oh, damn. He's going to be in for a while. Oh, bad.
For shame,
damn.
Shame.
Carries a life sentence. Oh, ouch. Oh, Jim, I'm so happy for you. Yeah, look at far, Jim. Yay. Another one bites the dust.
Hey, you know what happens?
Fucking karma works. It does. Doesn't work overnight, but it does happen. Yeah.
In jail, he's getting his sphincter gap, Jim.
Don't drop the soap, bitch. Sorry. Send him a soap on a rope. I dare you.
I'm gonna design a gapper with lube. With the lube. So it's,
Oh,
one.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, he's getting it torn
But
apart. That's right.
Ouchies. Ouchies, Uranus.
Bet he's grabbing those ankles.
Oh. Oh, well, that is good news, Jim. See, things do turn around and look up. Like, when everything you think everything's turned into shit, things do all of a sudden take a change. I danced around. Yeah. Yeah. It's like people that have done dirty things to me in my life, they've ended up in prison and stuff, but yeah, I know. Port Phillip, Jim? Question mark.
Mm.
Has he been locked? Where's he been locked up? He's officially true crime now. You can do a podcast on him. You can let out all his demons. Silverwater. I don't know any of the prisons over there.
Wentworth. Take him to Wentworth. Oh, that's women.
Go with the woman.
Never mind. That's
Put him in with the woman. Hey, those women are tough, I tell you. They're ruthless. Women are ruthless.
Fort Leonard Wood. Let them break rocks.
Mm-hmm.
You can work on the chain gang.
Yep. Yeah, Wentworth. They need to bring back the chain gang.
I like Wentworth. That was an awesome series.
It was great, yeah.
I wish I could remember the name of the one that's in Spanish. It's just like Wentworth, but it's all Spanish.
Well, he was in a club, so if he was doing this still in the club, they'd be after him for sure. Oh, okay.
So sounds like the Hells Angels.
Yeah. Something similar to that. Banditos.
The Romper Room Group. The Romper Room Gang.
Rebels, okay. 1%ers. Oh, damn. Damn. Well, that was really good news. I like to see things turn around a little bit.
Yeah.
It's my turn now, Jem. I need some good things. Jem, sorry about laughing. You have to, though. You're just like, now it's your turn, bitch.
Well, girls, ladies, StreamYard.
StreamYard. You sound like there's some animosity there.
Oh, just little.
Is it
a little.
You sound a bit tired tonight.
I'm having to flash the old gapper. Yeah, for some reason I am a little tired tonight.
Yeah, you do sound a bit
Might have
tired.
been all that running around the car trying to gap this StreamYard sphincter. I mean, that was
she accidentally got the exhaust pipe instead. Just laugh at him and point. Yeah. Good job. I'm so happy to hear that. Honestly, for anyone that's been in a domestic violence situation and the other party hasn't paid their dues.
Yeah,
it's good to see them go down for something. Thanks, Far. Thanks for being here.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Make sure you guys come back on Tuesday, so we can, bring your snacks and everything, so that we can watch Trump win. Hopefully,
we can watch Trump win and watch Kamala go down. We're gonna watch Kamala go down.
Yes. Hopefully, nothing happens.
Thank you, Wilma. Thank you, Rowdy.
Everybody.
Thank you, MJ. And thanks, Jim, for filling us in and letting us know. It's good to see you and hear from you. Oh, you didn't miss a lot today, Jim. We just did a little bit on that Johnny Gosch, the missing paperboy from like 20. Oh, how many years ago is it now?
40
From
something.
82. 40
42.
years, yeah. Yeah, awesome. Good news. Good night, Ratty.
Wilma.
Night, Wilma. Thanks for being
Good night
here.
for being here.
We appreciate yous. Take care, and I hope you have a good week.
It'd be 8. It's the same time, Farq, 8 Central here. So same as tonight, it's same time.
I think it'll be different for us though because of the hour difference. Like, because our time doesn't change, but yours does. So it might be 7 o'clock our time, but we'll just have to check.
Yeah.
I mean, not 7 o'clock. No, it'll be because it's going back an hour for you. So I'm confused. We'll just have to look at the notifications.
Yeah.
Good night, MJ.
Night, Brittany.
Night, Brittany. Thanks for being here. Leaving your time. Okay, fine.